Hi, this is Andy Mattingly, and I'm here with this week's Save It Up moment. Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you don't know that answer, I have a few questions that if you answer them, you'll know if you're ready for retirement or not. The first one is, do you have a realistic retirement budget developed? This is how much money you're going to have in retirement and what your expenses are going to be and how much you want to spend on all the things that you want to do. So you really need to put this budget together at least 5 years before you plan on retiring so you can make sure you can meet all those assumptions or make changes as needed. Kind of going with this first question, the second question is, will you eliminate most of your debt prior to retiring? And the reason for this is if you have to service some of your debt while you're in retirement, that's going to change your budget. And if you do this budget 5 years out and you answer this question about your debt, you have time to get rid of it if you really can't afford it in your budget. You also need to know, what is your plan for medical coverage in retirement? Maybe you want to retire before you're eligible for Medicare. Are you going to get a supplement? Are you going to need vision or dental outside of some of the other coverages that you have? So you really need to know what you're going to do with that. Another big question is, where will you live? You don't want to retire and then make decisions on where you're going to live. You need to know where you're going to live so you can have a good retirement budget. Are you and your spouse in agreement about when you're going to retire, when you're going to start doing things differently than you have been, or when you're going to spend more money, or how much you're going to travel? So you need to make sure you're in agreement with your spouse. Another important question is, will you need to care for your parents or kids? If you do, you may want to delay retirement because it's really hard to support others if you don't have any income coming in besides your retirement savings. If you have to work in retirement, do you have any job prospects? You don't want to retire until you know that you have a job prospect if you need to work part-time, because maybe you need to get different skills to be able to work part-time. Another big question is, how are your finances today? If your finances are in great shape, then you should feel good about moving into retirement because that should carry over. If you're having financial problems now, you probably really can't go into retirement because it'd be too much of a burden. Another thing is, have you evaluated your retirement portfolio? Do you know what you're invested in so you know how things will need to change, and do you know how much money you're really going to be getting each month from your retirement portfolio? And the final one is, have you made a decision regarding Social Security? Are you going to draw it early? Are you going to draw it as late as you can? Whatever you're going to do with Social Security really impacts your budget, and it also really impacts how much Social Security you will get. So I've given you several questions to consider. If you can answer all of these questions, and there really are no right or wrong answers, you'll know if you're ready for retirement or not. That's been this week's Save It Up moment. If you have any questions about this topic or any other topic, make sure you visit forumcu.com and the Save It Up page.